The market finished mixed last week. My small account declined a bit. How did you do? This is an update on my small account that generates cash flow every week no matter what the market does. Even when the market falls and or my account wavers, I still get income or cash flow. If you only have a small amount to invest and you don't want to wait years to see gains, and you definitely don't want to lose money, there is a way to use your small account, let's say $3,000 to $5,000, to guarantee income right away in the stock market by selling covered calls and naked puts like I do. This method does not only guarantee cash flow or income, it can also beat the S&P 500. So far in 2023, my account is up 21.35% versus 12.83% up for SPY, which is an S&P 500 ETF. That's a difference of 8.52%, so I am beating the S&P 500 by just over 8.5%. Last week, I sold option contracts on 4 positions. They were 4 calls that range from $9.34 to $32.34. I don't use charts. I don't use fundamental analysis. I don't use indicators or signals. And I definitely don't sit in front of a computer screen all day to watch the market. I simply choose a stock from my watch list. I do have 5 criteria for choosing stocks to make my trading list. I will not reveal what my criteria are, but if you examine my list, you may be able to figure out the criteria for yourself. I choose the stock option based on whether I own the stock or I would like to own the stock. I choose a strike price, an expiration date, a bid, and I submit a limit order. Then I wait for execution. If the sale does not execute, I may change my order or wait until the next day to submit a new order. Last week, for example, on Tuesday, I sold 2 calls for $15.34 each. And on Friday, I sold 2 more calls, one for $9.34 and one for $32.34. That's a total of $72.36, which is not a lot of money, but the account is small, and $72.36 in cash flow was 1.75% of my account value. Week by week, the small amounts add up, even if I made as little as 1% cash flow every week, which is easy to do. And I did that for a year. That would be 52% in cash flow. Additionally, even when the market and or my stocks do not do well, I still get cash flow. Last week, my cash flow was 1.75%. The market change for the S&P 500 was 0.46%, and my portfolio of stocks change was minus 1.75%. If you want to increase the amount of cash flow, just use a larger account. For example, to 10x the cash flow to $723.60, instead of selling one of everything that I sold, sell 10. This money is free and clear. You can take it out of your account and spend it, or leave it in your account to build your cash balance. The caveat: there are thousands, hundreds of different investing and trading strategies, and because each person applies a given strategy somewhat differently, there are millions of strategic applications and possible outcomes. So don't expect to get the same results as someone else. But guess what? All the strategies work. They are all good with the right stock and at the right time. The difficulty is applying the right stock at the right time for a given strategy. However, if your strategy does not beat the S&P 500, you are not only wasting money, you are also wasting time. And beware of backtesting and fantastical gains from strategies that may be possible but are not probable. That is, they can happen, but 9 times out of 10, or 99 times out of 100, they don't happen. And cherry pick data can pass any backtest. This strategy is guaranteed to produce cash flow immediately and every week that it is applied. However, it does not guarantee the amount of cash flow from week to week, nor the value of your account. The amount varies and the account value also varies. But despite the variations in amount and value, the goal is to generate cash flow and beat the S&P 500. And that is what I am openly showing you. Note, most professional money managers and strategies do not consistently beat the S&P 500. They lose, and they lose by a lot. Anyone can learn how to do this with the right knowledge. There are many books and videos available to you to learn how to invest, trade, and generate cash flow. Your results will differ, of course, depending on what stocks and options you use. What is your strategy? Do you know how to produce cash flow every week and beat the S&P 500? If you don't want to read the books and or watch the necessary YouTube videos, or you have read the books and watched a ton of YouTube videos, and you simply must be tutored or coached, then you can find your way to the Southside School of Financial Freedom webpage to sign up for a free 30-minute consultation. In the meanwhile, to see how my small account performs against the S&P 500 from week to week, please like, share, and subscribe.